Hi, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your March 25th, 2024 full moon lunar eclipse reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All the good things that YouTube likes, so thank you so very much for doing so. So, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. All right. So we are crowned with the Seven of Swords reversed. So there's going to be a release of lies during this time, which is going to be highly beneficial for us. There's almost a sense of being set free one way or another, like some revelation happening. And it's either we realize something or like just pieces fall into place. And we start to say, like, wow, okay, like, wow. There's just a sense of wow here. It moves us then to the Four of Cups reversed. Divinity is going to be pulling us in a very different direction than we ourselves thought we were going to go. So being aware of this is going to be important. We're releasing a lot of negativity, of chaos, of hurt. The Five of Wands is I don't want to be involved in the pettiness of things. And we're really starting to move away from pettiness, from like just just drama and like drama trauma, type of energy. It's like everything's you always know those people who like everything is a big deal, a big deal, a big deal, and nothing's ever smooth sailing. And here we're going to be looking at things saying, I want the smooth sailing. I want things to calm and center. It brings us to the Knight of Wands. Now, as much as we want to get up and go and do and go after, we are represented by wands in the minor arcana. So here we can be a little bit hot-headed and also we can feel stuck. And that can also be something that makes us feel like, oh, I'm not doing enough. I'm not achieving enough. I'm not getting to the place that I want to be, because we can feel stuck and overwhelmed. And that's going to be an important thing to know about ourselves, because we do have the 10 of Cups. We have beauty and joy here. The 10 of Cups is, and they all live happily ever after. And we are moving into that energy of, and we live happily ever after. Doesn't mean everything's going to be easy, but it does mean that we start to look at the world with a certain level of joy, and we start to look at our lives with a certain level of joy and love. It moves us then to the Nine of Cups, and I cannot help but smile, because the Nine of Cups is a wish being granted. It's sweetness like honey, resting on our tongue. It's a sense of joy coming in, and we're releasing a lot of what just isn't right for us anymore. It's like it isn't right for us. It isn't where we want to be, and that's going to be very important during this full moon, during this lunar eclipse, because this full moon is conjunct the south lunar node, and this reinforces endings. This brings about a real sense of endings. And Libra, this full moon is in Libra. Libra is about relationships. So we're going to see that the people pleasing aspect of Libra comes into play, and we don't want to rock the boat, but also there's a sense of we're really starting to awaken to our inner power, our inner self, our sovereignty of being, and our determination to move forward in the life that we want. And so here we have the heart coming forward just so profoundly and beautifully for us Sagittarius, even if at times we feel like the boat is rocking, and we don't like that in Libra time frame, right? We feel the boat is rocking, everything is getting overwhelmed. We can feel like, how do I move forward? Where is it that I need to be? So just being aware of this is going to be super important for us. It moves us then to our spirit message. Now, if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a shamrock in the comment box below. The person will be chosen at random and announced on Sunday. So good luck to everyone. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading. Here we have Goddess. This is going to be a absolutely beautiful time to connect with our inner goddess, to connect with the sacred feminine aspect of ourselves. We can call it goddess, we can call it sacred feminine aspect, we can just call it ourselves if we want to, our nurturing aspect. There's going to be a connection here with the moon. And what's so interesting is 6 months ago, there was a new moon in Libra. now there is a full moon in Libra. And what we are going to be seeing here is the intentions that we set 6 months ago are coming into fruition now. And that is, if we think of the moon as a pregnant belly, right? Or we think of, you know, yeah, of life, of any way you want to envision life coming forward, we are going to see ourselves stepping into our power, stepping into ourselves, but being birthed forward in a new way by this moon and in a way that we hadn't imagined we could be. So the goddess energy is going to be very interesting. We set intentions because a new moon is all about setting intentions. So 6 months ago, we set our intentions, or we had something that we were longing for, struggling with. And now we're going to see how different we are 6 months from then, 6 months from those intentions being set. And we have released a lot of lies. We might say, well, I still have ways to go. And that's okay. That is what life is. We always have ways to go before we feel like we've accomplished, or we may never feel like we've accomplished exactly what it is that we want. We might always be, striving for the next thing. But just being kind to ourselves and knowing that we are growing and knowing that we are becoming and knowing that we are stepping into our power is going to be very important. It moves us to our chakra energy. Oh, and with the shamrock, with entering to win the reading, hit the bell notification because the winner is announced through a completely separate video, and you might want to be, told when that video comes up. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is relationships. This is the sacral chakra. Relationships are so important to us. It's the relationships we have with others, whether it be romantic or platonic relationships. It's the relationship we have with ourselves, with our angels, with our spirit guides, with the way that we are connecting with what we love, with what we deeply desire, and how we're opening up the door. So during this time, we are going to be seeing in our life a deeper connection, a deeper understanding. And we're going to be really stepping into our sacral chakra, which is our central energy of self, but also our creative energy moving forward. And it's how we connect with ourselves and the rest of the world that's really going to shine. And it moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Now, we need to be mindful of the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is energy of the past coming back, and it will be very easy for us to live in the past. The past was better, or there was past trauma, hurt, pain, disappointment that we can get stuck in. So we can go to two extremes, right? Either the pain has us stuck in it, or everything was better then and everything's so hard now. So looking at this and understanding, okay, the past, it was the past, but I don't live there anymore, and I cannot. So knowing that we can have that proclivity during this time for the past to be so vivid and say, oh no, you can't do this, or no, you should do this, or oh, it's like this, because that's how it was once upon a time. We need to stay in the how it is right now for us. With the Seven of Swords, we're moving away from lies. The Seven of Swords reverse, most definitely. We're looking at things and we're saying no. Now, there are still some lies that could be holding on to us, okay? Some ways of thinking that aren't necessarily the most beneficial for us. Some ways that we are looking at things that we're thinking, can I do this? Can I do that? And we can have doubts and fears, negativities come forward. We can have people who say things in offhanded comments that weighs us down or makes us think, oh my gosh, can I move forward in the way that I want to? We can also be telling ourselves lies, stories about certain things, certain happenings that aren't necessarily true, but because that person didn't get back to us, we're thinking, oh my gosh, it's terrible. So here, just know that we can carry a heavy burden, but we have to look at things and say, is this true for my soul and me? Is this the energy I want to walk forward in? And that's going to be important. Now, lies with other people. We are going to be evaluating our relationships. Libra loves a relationship. Libra energy, this is a full moon in Libra. We are looking at our relationships. What do I love? What do I want? How do I move forward in what is beautiful for me? And we can start to say, you know what? That isn't right, or that is right. That's what I needed to hear, or that was just cruel. And now we step into an energy and we step into a place where spirit is leading us forward in a way we hadn't anticipated. And with the Four of Cups reversed here, we're going to have a tendency to see things in a very certain way, in a way that we probably usually always see things, right? Probably usually, I like that. But here, Spirit is saying, no, I want you to look over here. But we're busy. We're busy with things that need to get done in the right here and in the right now. So looking at this time for us and knowing divinity is going to throw a monkey wrench into our plans and make us look in a different direction, make us see things in a different way. And that's going to be part of this moon, which is actually part of us coming out of this 6-month cycle, seeing ourselves stronger and more than we were before, and leaving the past, which wants to hold onto us, behind, and leaving the lies that we had told ourselves or the lies that others have told us in the past. But do note, with the Seven of Swords reversed, we're releasing them, but it makes us almost feel like we're free falling. It makes us almost feel like we can't possibly be moving in the right direction. And it moves us then to the Five of Wands reverse. We are so done with the constant bickering, with the constant, fighting, with the nonsense of the world, of people. We don't want to be a part of it. Now, this can make things difficult because if you're not part of the gossip, especially at work and, places like that, if you're not part of the gossip, then you can get overlooked. So just being mindful about this and saying, this isn't right for me. And I'm not going to try and make it right, even though I don't want it. Like, even though I don't want this in my life. So looking at that with the Five of Wands is going to be a very important thing and a very powerful thing for us. The Five of Wands reversed is also being very aware with when things have gotten out of hand. We can very much be a peace mediator during this time because, the Five of Wands is the playing, of young boys, right? And then somebody gets hurt, and then all of a sudden what was fun, what was a good laugh, what was a game becomes angry, and it becomes, you hurt me, I'll hurt you type of thing. And so we can see that during this time. We can see those moments when things are escalating. We can be peacemakers, right? But be very mindful of taking on that role too profoundly, because with the Knight of Wands reverse, you're going to get frustrated yourself. And if you're always making peace for everybody else and you're always putting everybody else's needs first, Sagittarius, you're going to feel a bit forgotten, a bit overwhelmed, a bit like, well, I just don't matter. Everybody else matters. So just be aware of this during this time. With the Knight of Wands reverse, we have our sacral chakra. Even though it's coming through so powerfully and beautifully here, we can have some blockages around it, around the way that we move forward, around what we deeply desire for ourselves. So being mindful about that. Our temper can show. We can get angry at things and not quite know why, because we can then go back into peacemaker mode and be like, that was an extreme reaction, or that was intense. But just knowing here that we want to move forward in a very certain way, especially around career, around what we are passionate about, we can feel stuck in one way or another. I mean, life is intense right now, and that is going to be an important thing to understand. So here with the Knight of Wands, we are going to be looking at the way that we want to move forward. And we're going to be seeing the blockages that are in our way. And we can get frustrated. We can tell ourselves, this is the way it's always going to be. And the little frustrations can build and build and build. Spirit is going to have you walking down a path that you wouldn't normally walk. Okay? Spirit is going to pull you in a direction that you wouldn't normally see. So just being aware of this is going to be very important. With the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Cups is my favorite card. It is, especially in this deck. This is the Llewellyn Tarot deck with the rainbow landing on the little cottage, the couple, the children playing. I mean, this is just like, to me, this is everything, right? That you love in life. And so here we have a dream coming true. But it always makes me, and I know if you've been here before, you could quote it yourselves, but it always makes me think of the old Nordic saying, better to be king of a cottage than servant in a castle. And back once upon a time where you would be servant in a castle, it meant something slightly different. But now in our world where bigger is always better, and you want the biggest house on top of the hill, you can become a servant to that, to the life, to the show of it all, to the debt of it all. Instead of stepping back and living simply and saying, this is what I love, this is what's beautiful to me, this is what's joyous to me, and opening up our soul and ourselves to this. The Ten of Cups is in they all live happily ever after, but it's also knowing, what is my happiness? And your happiness might not look like this card at all. Your happiness might be quite different. Your happiness could be, on a beach somewhere, or, whatever it is. So here it's saying, what makes me happy? And it's taking it to heart. And during this Libra full moon, during this lunar eclipse, during this time of profound endings, saying, I've just outgrown XYZ, we're going to be seeing ourselves move forward towards what we deeply wish for, what we love and what we desire, and what is sweet and beautiful to us. It's almost like we're reclaiming our lives. And actually, I would say that's very much what we're doing, Sagittarius. We're reclaiming our life and reclaiming our joy and leaving the past in the place that it needs to be, the past. There's an old saying that says, the past is a country you can never visit again, and the future is a country that is completely unknown to you. So stand right here, right now, where you are. And that is going to be very important. A cross your fingers wish, something that you have longed for, is coming true, is moving you forward. And there's going to be a sense here of celebration and connection. So that is absolutely beautiful. Our subconscious spirit message is luminous. I love it that during a lunar eclipse, it's not quite as luminous as it could be, and that's quite literally. But also, are we letting ourselves shine? Are we seeing what our soul needs? Are we stepping into our energy and ourselves? It moves us then to our subconscious chakra message, which is the third eye chakra. And this is psychic development. Psychic development is reversed. The third eye chakra is reversed. So we have blockages around our third eye chakra coming forward. And we can see that here with the knight's foot in the stirrup. If you see here, the stirrup is purple. And there's something here where it's like we're stepping into it, but we're also falling out of it. So we could be stepping into our psychic development, our empathic self, our spiritual self, but then also falling away from it because it's overwhelming, it's hard, it's intense, it's not what we expected. So being aware of this during this time is going to be very important for us. Looking at what it is that we want in our lives and accepting our empathic, spiritual self is going to be a powerful thing. We might feel the world very intensely. We might be affected by the movements of the cosmos and, solar flares and the phases of the moon. So just being aware of this, that there's more to this world than is seen. And we can kind of very much want to see it, see it to prove it. And Spirit is going to be taking us on a very beautiful, beautiful ride as we open to our psychic development, our psychic self. But it's a bit hard for us. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Magician reversed. It will be very easy to discredit our own blessings and our own power because we know who we are. And we'll think, oh, it's no big deal. This is just me. But Spirit is saying here, stand before the altar of your existence. Stand in your happiness, in your joy, in your love, in your sweetness, and say, this is what I want for my world. I know that it can take a lifetime to get there, but setting our intention, even if we don't get exactly what we had envisioned, what comes forward might be absolutely beautiful. But we have to start trusting ourselves over others, over the chaos of others, where they say, oh, you should live like this, or it should be like this, should be like that. It's like, but what do I love? What do I want? And am I trying to please what is society's idea of success? Or am I stepping into my own idea of success and my own idea of embracing my magic, my passion, my beauty, and myself? It moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, and it's the Eight of Cups. We're walking away from something we once thought we would love. There's an ending here, and this full moon and lunar eclipse brings about this ending. We're looking at something and saying, you know what, it's just not right for me. I need to move forward in a way that is. Now, this ending can be as severe as a divorce. It can be a leaving behind of a mindset that no longer fits. It could be a changing of a job. It can also be to stop being so hard on yourself, to start seeing and celebrating your successes, to start embracing what you love and leaving the trauma of the past behind and saying it happened, but it does not get to define me. Whatever it is big for us. Nobody else has to get it. And as we embrace our healing, as we embrace our love, we see ourselves moving in that direction of the four of cups reversed that we hadn't expected we would ever move into. But Spirit is guiding us towards so much more. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. And have a blessed moon, full moon, and solar eclipse. Bye.